Jack, you want to start?
Sure. Hey, Coach.
How you doing, man?
Good. Jack Carter with Buff Insider. I want to ask about the running back specifically. I know we're going to talk to PT here in a minute. Just curious what you've seen from that room so far and who's kind of stepping up in your eyes.
Well, all of those guys can be explosive. Been very violent running downhill. They've done a lot better job in protections. That was the challenge from the spring to the summer, to understand protection. Those guys have been doing a really good job of understanding the protection and then being physical at the point of attack and protection. So, you know, the number one rule if you want to play in the National Football League at running back is you have to protect the quarterback. So Coach J. Mack and Coach Jacquees have done a really good job of helping those guys understand protections and working with the offensive line and get it done. So really proud of that group from a standpoint of trying to be 3-down backs, being able to catch the ball out of the backfield, being able to run the ball. They're all here because they can run the ball when they get the ball, and then being able to protect the quarterback, obviously being the most important thing.
Brian, hey Coach, Brian Howell from Buffwoods.com. Can you talk about Julian Lewis and just kind of how your relationship with him has developed since you got here in January?
Yeah, I think anytime you have the type of ability that kid has coming out of high school and, you know, all the people that try to get around the kid who's supposed to be, you know, the next coming, you know, that creates trust issues. So for him, you know, it's just about the consistency of him seeing me be me every day. And it's given him more confidence to be himself and open up to the group and, you know, just let his personality really thrive and show. So he's continuing to grow every day. He's still a young kid. He still has a lot of growth to do. He's not going to be a final product year one, you know, year 1.5 or however we look at that. But he's doing a really good job of being the same guy, consistent every day, and his teammates are respecting him for that.
Just add a quick follow to that, Isaac and Keneal as well. Like, how are those guys doing as they're getting ready for the season?
Yeah, Isaac and Keneal are different stages, right? So Isaac is really on like the comeback tour, right? He was anointed young as a young quarterback, thrown into the fire. It didn't go the way that he wanted to go. He played okay, but not great, right? That's the reason why obviously he's here. And so he's really worked at just letting go of what happened in the past, the hurt feelings, the I should have beens, and really worked on what can I do here and really be where his feet are. From Keneal's standpoint, I mean, he should have just went to the prom and all that. So, you know, he's a young kid with a lot of ability, a lot of talent. Everybody can see it. So everybody can see that, oh, yeah, he's going to be special because every day he has those flashes and plays where you see like, man, this dude is going to be something. Good, brother.
I want to ask you, so I just need a two-parter. Number one is, how proud are you of the go-go system? How long does it take to install and when do you know when they have it?
It takes time to install it from the standpoint of just all the things that it's capable of doing. It's really an engine that's ran off of players. So based off what we have, based off what we can do with our players, then we adapted to that, right? There's been a lot of pages in the book. There's been pages stolen from other people's book. So there's a lot of things that we can pull out, look at because of the skill set of players that we have. We're going to adapt to what we have and what we can do well. And then we're always going to be able to run the football. And that's a staple of what we do. You have to be physical and violent. We practice offense with a defensive mentality. We love contact. We love physicality. We love that. We relish in that. So for our guys, once the guys that we recruited up front, that's their natural habitat of being violent and over the top. So we just have to scale those guys back a little bit and continue to work their technique. But as far as the physicality and the violence, if you were able to see practice today, you would see a lot of bodies hitting the ground. It was very violent in the trenches. From the standpoint of the skill position guys, they have a lot on their plate from the standpoint of, you know, multiple formations, multiple guys getting the ball, you know, where some of our guys came from places where one guy just dominated the ball. You know, you line up on the left side, run a go route, okay, until you play a better team, and then you don't have any catches because you don't know how to motion, you don't know how to be on another side, right? You don't know how to play multiple spots where our guys play basketball on grass, musical chairs, they move to multiple spots. So once the guys, you know, continue to grow and develop with that, Coach Shah's done a good job. You know, Jay Phil, when he was here, did a really good job with the guys. You know, everybody is learning, doing extra, and striving to be their best self while they're here.
Hey, Coach, Pat Rooney, Boulder Daily Camera. Just wondering, what has the loss of Coach Phillips meant to the offense? And how has the receivers group kind of adjusted these first few days?
Yeah, that's my dog. I mean, I love that dude. He's a truth teller. He keeps it real, which, that's frowned upon from a lot of people. People want just to be praised and not, hear any criticism. But I love Jay Phil. I love what he brought to our team. That'll stay with our players throughout. I mean, the culture that he put in that room, what he taught Coach Shad over the years. He's been developing Coach Shad for years. So I'm happy for him to spend time and be with his family and his mom and take care of them when they're in their time of need right now. Jay Phil's meant a lot to the game of football. He's been in a lot of places and won a lot of games. So obviously, you don't replace a person like that. You just hope to honor them with the way that the receivers play out there on the field this year.
Hey, Coach, is this your third time installing the offense at the college level, technically?
Let's see. William and Mary, Howard, UNLV, Sac State, here. Pitt, Texas,
Sure.
helping those guys,
Yeah,
right? So
there's a reason why I was asking.
Yeah.
Does it get easier, and did you learn things from maybe your first few cracks at it that have really benefited you now at this stage?
yeah, when I first learned the West Coast offense when I was in junior college, it was explained to me like it's a language, right? So at the time there was 32 NFL teams, and there was probably like 20 to 24 running the West Coast system. So if you were a player and you got traded on a waiver wire or whatever, or you got cut, you could go to another team and you would know the terminology, the verbiage. So over the years, being with, guys that have called plays in the NFL, guys who have called plays in college, guys who have called plays in high school, seeing all the different terminology, putting it together, making it mine, and then the unique formations that we use. Now, when I say it to the guys, it's kind of like a language. It's kind of foolproof. So now you see multiple teams using it, right? NFL, college, high school, right? Everybody's kind of adapting some of the plays because the verbiage and the terminology is really easy to communicate.
As a follow-up to that, what is the process like when you're trying to fit all these new toys into your scheme, right? I mean, it seems like you're really a big component of capitalizing on somebody's strengths, your player's strengths. So is that a process you revel in quite a bit?
Absolutely. But you have to earn the right for that to happen. The Ricky Whites, the Jacob Days, Seuss's, all the guys that have been Jaden, all these guys that have been All-Americans in the system, they had to earn the right by playing the right way, doing the little details first. What we do, we're a fundamentally sound offense. Our offense isn't going to go out there and lose the game. We're not going to just go do crazy stuff. We're not out there just trying to call cool plays and go as fast as we can and throw it out of bounds and clap our hands. We're trying to actually go win the game. So you have to be able to do the little details right first, make plays within the small plays, right? The mundane plays, and then we start to open up and create for you.
Hey, Coach, during the spring game, or I think before the spring game, there's a video that went out and everyone starts calling the team too small. It's kind of happening again right now. And I'm just curious from, your perspective as a coach, but also, from your career, maybe being called too small at times. What's your reaction when you hear those things being said about this football team?
One, I have zero reaction. And the other one I have is, as the kids would say, pull up. So we're small, we're this, we're that, whatever. I mean, at some point you got to spot the ball and see. So that's my mindset on it.
Hey, Coach Lerber, BucksNP.com. I want to ask you about the center position and what role that kind of plays in your offense, whether it's identifying fronts and kind of how you've seen that battle develop throughout camp.
Yeah, the center always is the engine of the offensive line as far as the communicator and the guy that gets all the guys on the same page going the right way. In the past, I've had an All-American guard who kind of made the calls for the center. But here, our centers will probably make the call. For the center position, for us, I think we have three really good guys, veteran guys who have played the position, have played in big games, who understand what to do, understand communication, understand protections. And what does that do mostly? That helps young quarterback, right? Look back there, you got an 18-year-old, an 18-year-old, a 19-year-old, right? So you got young guys back there that you're looking at, and you're able to help them, point them in the right direction and get them started. Obviously, we're going to be hard on our quarterbacks, and it's always better when the guy who knows the play and can see everything can tell them what to do. But our centers are definitely going to have some responsibility this year when it comes to calling fronts and ID in the mic and taking care of things like that.
And to follow up on that, how's that relationship kind of been developing with the quarterbacks? How have you seen that come along?
It's been great. I mean, right now, in the early part of camp, right? It's hot, it's dog days, right? So you're worried about just the perfect operation, right? Quarterback to center exchange, just making sure the snap is perfect, the ball's not on the ground. Today was a good day. We only had one. We had one the entire practice, right? From quarterback center exchange, I'm talking about all the way through run mesh, all the things that we did throughout the day. We only had one snap that was bad. So from that standpoint, and 3 different centers going. So to me, that's a really good practice when you have about 70 reps, right? And team periods, right? And then you have, however many individual reps that you have, you only have one bad snap. So that's the most critical thing, right? The center is really the first quarterback on the field because he throws the snap in a shotgun operation. He throws the ball to the quarterback every play. So that has got to be crisp and perfect, and that's what we're focused on.
I think that's Charlie came with the Denver. Just going back to what Matt was asking about with your journey so far, like how valuable was it for you to have those early opportunities to install things, whereas at William & Mary and Howard, and then take a step back and learn from a guy like Steve Sarkisian or when you're at Pitt, and then to get back to where you are now, calling it again for the last couple of years? Like how deliberate was your journey, and how much have you learned throughout the last decade or so as you've really honed in on your offense and kind of who you want to be as a coach?
Yeah, well, the best thing was high school. I was surprised that some of the plays that I see guys use in the National Football League from our offense were the plays that I called with JV and like high school players. So, from that standpoint, going to high schools where there's zero expectation. I got one job and they said, hopefully you can field a team. I got another high school job and they said, I hope you can just win one game, coach. Just one. If you can win one, that'll be better than the last 5 years. So from that standpoint, I got to try everything. I was doing all types of goofy stuff out there, just young, dumb, just trying stuff, just having fun out there. Then as I got to college, right, I got more confidence to go to Howard and go play FBS teams at the last ranked HBCU football team, Division I, Howard, and then be the chance to go beat FBS teams or play right with them to the end of the game and then have a good run there and be one of the good offenses in FCS and be around defensive head coaches. So a lot of people understand, like, okay, you as an offensive guy with an offensive guy, you really don't learn as much as people think, right? But as an offensive guy being with a defensive guy, you learn a lot of stuff, right? Because I'm with Mike London, who learns from Bill Parcells and Al Groh. So I go against odd front every day. I go against drop 8, gut X blitz, corner, but like every single defense you can see that they run every week in the National Football League. So that gives me a good replication on what I need to do when we go against these fronts. How do I adapt the offense to go against this stuff right here? So from that standpoint, shout out to Sark, my dog. Mark Whipple, put some respect on his name at Pitt. Obviously he won a Super Bowl with Big Ben, my dog, and Steelers. So you got to understand that I learned a lot from those guys from quarterback teaching, the way that they taught the quarterback, because obviously Sark playing quarterback and then developing all the quarterbacks he did. And then the same thing with Mark Whipple, right? Playing quarterback, coaching quarterbacks in the National Football League, just seeing how they talk to the quarterback, because I'm a receiver at heart. I know how to do receiver in my sleep. Give me any guys and we'll find a 1,000-yard receiver at him.
What's up, Coach?
What's up, buddy?
Scott Parker at New York. Coach Prime said something last week, like related to like you guys are doing whatever you can to like help Juju just like play free, like think less and like play free. How much do you think, like as a play caller and OC, like how do you get a guy to help him play free as possible?
Yeah, there's quarterback friendly plays, there's advantage throws. There's so much within the game now that you can help a young quarterback really be successful and not force him to be, Dan Marino day one. Like he doesn't have to do all that, because we have a lot of good people around him. We filled the room with talent around him so that guy can play free and not feel like I have to hold the ball extra. I have to do too much. We build a new offensive line in front of them. We put better skill players on the outside, in my opinion, right? No offense to anybody who left. I think our skill players are pretty good, right? And then in the running back room, we have guys that can get downhill and get yards and get those tough yards. Obviously, the run game helps. The defense helps, right? Like all those things help a young quarterback not feel like I have to go out there and throw it 40 to 50 times to go win the game, right? If we can keep him somewhere in that 30 to 40 range where he's not throwing the ball every single play, because bad things happen, right? When you keep throwing the ball over and over and over again, right? But you can wear a defense down with running the ball. You can throw shots down the field because they have to come, be in the box and give him advantage reads to see based off of our formation. So there's things there that are set up for him to make sure that he doesn't have to just play hero ball. that he can be a point guard, distribute the ball, and go help his team win. And that'll help him build confidence. You build confidence by winning, not by, right? I don't think he built a lot of confidence by throwing for 300 yards and not winning the game, right? At the end of the day, the best quarterback stat is winning.
And then you mentioned to us at one point earlier this spring that you felt a little bit like handicapped last year, just not using the passing game as much as you probably would have liked to. Like, I know you're a receiver at heart. Now, like, how much more free do you, with all the talent that you kind of just alluded to up front on the perimeter at quarterback, so like, how much more free do you feel to kind of be the best version of yourself, kind of as a play caller with this situation?
Yeah, I don't really think people understand, like, areas where you coach at, right? So, like, for example, Sac State, my first day on the job, there's 30 players, 35 players. I have to get 70 players in 2 months, right? Like, before the portal closes, I got to hurry up, and we're filling the guys, and we're getting, we're like last chance you, to be honest with you, like a JUCO. I played JUCO. That's what it felt like. So we're getting guys who had broken dreams, who it was the third, fourth, fifth, sixth chance. JUCO guys, nobody offered them one's, you know what I mean? So we got guys like that, and I think that every single guy there, from the coaching staff to the players, we were a development program. We were not, let's go win the national championship this year. We weren't Montana or one of the other top programs, the premier programs in FCS. We were building to that, right? So with that, we had a quarterback who did a really good job of communication. He had elite communication, and he knew how to distribute the ball in a short manner, and he could throw a deep ball decent, but he was not a drop back passer. So instead of forcing him to be something he was not, the way to help him build confidence to go win games was to do what we did. And we obviously won a decent amount of games. That took him to go be at Maryland now, be a scholarship quarterback at Maryland. So I'm never going to, whoever has the ball in their hand, we're going to do what they do best. We're not going to, like when I was with Kayla Newton at Howard, we ran power read, and I hate power read. I don't want to run that play. Like, a quarterback running right through the A gap is not a great play to me. You know what I'm saying? But that's what he wanted to run. 3rd and 3. Coach, run power read. I got you. I'm like, okay, go ahead. First down, right? And we moved the ball. So whatever that quarterback wants to do, right? If I asked Jay DeMalva, what's your favorite play? He would say, throw it up, coach. 4 verts every time, right? So whatever the quarterback's confident with he goes, when we check on Thursday night and we go, do you like this play? Yes, sir, I do. Do you like? Yes. Boom. Okay, this one will really be open. So you might not like this one as much, but let's do this one too. Okay, so that's what we do with our quarterbacks.
One or two more. I'm sorry, fascinating. With the GoGo system, is it an organic system in which it's never a finished product? And part 2 of that is when it's operating at its fullest, what does it look like? How do you know when it's operating at its fullest?
I mean, to me, when we're operating at our fullest, we're winning. I'm sorry, that's not more elaborate answer, but I don't know. My grandfather taught me young, like, if you didn't win the game, it ain't good. So, like, it doesn't matter. I've been in a game where we had 750 yards of offense and lost the game. So we sucked. My opinion, like, we should have had 850 yards. We needed more. So to me, like, it's just about winning the game. I just want to win. I want to operate in a system that creates our players, that gives them championship habits and gives them ability to go win games and win plays, be 1-0 each play. Not be so focused on the outcome, but just be focused on the process of just having great plays when you're out there. How do you get great snaps and put them in position to do that? So I think from that standpoint, we've put a lot of people in position in our offense to go either level up from UNLV or be in the NFL from UNLV. Or same thing at William & Mary and Howard, give guys opportunities to go other places. And that's your job as a coach, is to travel somebody, right? Like, take somebody from here, drive them to the next place, take them places where they didn't think they could go. And our offense has done that for a lot of players. So that's good from that standpoint. But ultimately, until confetti's falling down on us and all that, like, it ain't good enough.
Just 2 more quick ones. If I'm not mistaken, you recruited DeAndre to Texas, but then you get to coach him, right?
Absolutely.
So how pleased are you to finally coach him, and what is it you like about DeAndre?
Yeah, he's just family. I mean, from the first day that we met, we just hit it off. And it's not just him, it's his entire family. So I'm excited for him to be here. People can say what they want, but when he was on certain teams, he helped people win and make sure that their family was good. So to me, he's family. Our relationship's personal. So I'm glad that he's on our team because he knows how to lead. He knows how to win. Every team that kid's been on, they've been a winner, right? And so, people think that the leadership only comes from the quarterback room, right? Or the head coach or the court. Like, if you called Gus Malzahn right now, he'd tell you Brennan Marion was one of the leaders on my team as a receiver. You know what I'm saying? So receivers can lead as well. And he's one of those guys that he's a team guy. He's going to try to play every special teams. He's going to try to do everything right. From that standpoint, he's going to show up every day. He's going to work hard. And he's going to say something when he sees something. He's not just going to sit there and, see something be wrong and not say anything, which if you want to be a leader, you have to actually have confrontational moments sometimes and tell your teammates, like, you're out of line, you're out of pocket. We don't do that. This is what we do here. And he's done that every single day that he's been here. And everybody's excited to have him in our program.
Just one last one. But Chris Marv was in here yesterday and telling us that the things you guys are showing on offense is challenging them every day. How is he and his defense challenging you every day?
Yeah, I think they do a lot of good things in the back end. And obviously, I don't know if people don't understand, like, our DB room is elite. I mean, that DB room is really good. Those guys have played in a lot of football games. They've played in a lot of big games. They played in the SEC, Big Ten, right? Like, so those guys can really, really play in the back end. Then we have a physical group of linebackers that get downhill, right? So he has a lot of good things at his disposal to really get after it and punch us in the mouth and make us be physical and violent. We can't ever go out there and practice offense like, some teams practice offense where, everybody takes a knee, we run plays on the air, we make sure the guys don't hit us too hard, like it's like the defensive scout team, right? We practice, you better have your chin strap buckled, you better have your pads down, or it's going to be a long day. They get after it. So the energy, the intensity, the violence that they operate in which every day. And then every day, Coach Marv he is really challenging us from the standpoint of we have to look at things and say, what would we do here if someone gave us this look? So very intelligent guy that gives us a lot of looks so that we can get better each day.
Thank you.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Shout out to Bama Hawaii in my crooked letter. Crooked letter. Hump back. Hey, runners. Tap in, stretch your back. Scratch your backside. Upper Neely already tight and Chico ain't even said nothing stupid yet. Man, I ain't even saying nothing. Good, keep it that way. Hit that like, hit that subscribe before Chico say something wild. We live, baby. 5 days a week. Let's run it. Let's run it. Runners ride with us 5 days, we stay true. Chico drop a take and eat it, look in the mule. Neely hold it down while the whole room moves. Chico go left, but the chemistry still smooth. 2 p.m. out and 4 p.m. east. We never lose. Talking that sports, giving runners the news. TMR live 5 days a week. Funniest in town. They subscribe, yeah, man, sit your ass down. Look, Chico hop on the mic with that vibe with the knowledge. Sports story and sort of college pro. He got all of it. Ask the real questions. Get a different perspective. Runners in the chat like, damn, Chico, you effective. Chico long on the story, yeah, he talk 20 minutes, drop $1 super chat, and he paint the whole picture. Me sitting back like the Joker really know. Chico deep in the game, he the plug, he the bro. Weak mama walk through, hey girl, I'm a man, everybody laughing. Chico crack a joke, keep the energy cracking. Whole string lit, we bobbing, we snapping. 5 days a week, we locked in, no off days allowed. 2 p.m. Mountain Time, 4 East. Runners in the crowd. Runners ride with us 5 days, we stay true. Chico drop a take and Neely, look at the music. He hold it down while the whole room moves. Chico go left, but the chemistry still smooth. 2 p.m. Mountain, 4 p.m. East. We never lose. Talking that sports, giving runners the news. I'm alive 5 days a week. Funniest in town. Ain't subscribe, yeah. Sit your ass down. Just boys do, got the facts and the flair. Intriguing question, make you stop and stare. Chico wanna rock like that, remind me when I wrestle the well. Oh, well.